Hi, ladies and gentlemen. It's Mrs. Lane here, and we are in lesson 24. We're going backwards a few lessons in our book to pick up some that we missed, and we are going to be talking about nets and surface area. Now, if you are like me and in the 2020 version of the instruction book, you're going to be on pages 248 and 249. Those in the 2017 version are going to be on 240 and 241. Now, for the most part, the two versions of the book are exactly the same. There might be a few places where they differ, but just follow along with me and I think you should be able to get most of it covered. So let's start with the question in the tan box. How can you find the sum of the areas of the faces of this box? So we've got a box right here, and you know, we can count how many faces there are. There's a face on this end, 1. There's a face on this end, right in there, 2. And then the box has 4 sides. 1 on the top, 3 over on this other side, and 4 on the bottom. So you would come up with something that looked like this. If you were actually to unfold it, you would come up with something that would look like this. With this being the front of the box, this being the top of the box, this being a side, and this being the bottom. And then these two little ones over here are these parts of the box. So it's a little hard to explain. I know when we can't see each other and can't demonstrate in front of the class. But hang on, stick with me. We're going to see if we can't get this figure out. So that first question there is, how many faces does the box have? Well, we just answered that. How many does it have, guys? That's what I thought you said. I thought you said 6. Good job. Okay. The second question says, what are the dimensions of the different faces? Now, if you're in the older version, you're going to skip down to part C in your book. Okay, I know your A and B are a little different, but skip down to part C and you'll be doing the same thing that we are. So what are the dimensions of the different faces? So the front and back. So I'm going to say that this is the front of the box, right? This would be right here. And then this one is the back of the box. So the front of the box is going to be 9 centimeters by how many centimeters? Right on, you said 3. Good job. Now let's do the top and bottom. In fact, I'm going to write front. Right there, real tiny. And back, just for my benefit. You can write that for yourself too if it's helpful. And then top there and bottom. Just helps me to understand where things are at. All right, so the top and bottom. Okay, so if this is the top right here, and we know that this line is 9, right here, see this line? We know it's 9. What does that make this line right here? What does it make it, guys? Yep, 9. So we're going to go 9 by, and is this side 3 also like the other one? No, it's 4, so we've got 9 by 4. Okay, and then we've got our left and our right sides. So if we go over here to the right side, we know it is 3 by 4. And the left side is going to be the same. 3 by 4. Okay. So it says find the area of each face. Well, we can just go ahead and do that. So what is 3 by 4? 12. Put 12 in that box. This box would also be 3 by 4, so what is it? 12. Okay, let's go down here to the front. We've got a 9 by 3. What is that? 9 times 3 is 27. We've got a 9 times 4. What is that? 9 times 4 is 36. What's this one going to be? Did you say 9 by 3? Good job. And then this one is going to be what, guys? 9 by 4. And 9 times 4 is 36. Very good. So we've got those areas all written down. And now it says, suppose you need to paint the box. Explain how you would find the area you need to cover. Well, if we're painting the outside of the box, which is right here, we're going to need to cover all of those areas. So we need to add the area of the 6 faces. Add the area of the 6 faces. So we are going to add 27 plus 36 plus 27 plus 36. And then we've got two 12s. What's 12 plus 12? 24. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add this up. 7 plus 6 is 13. 13 plus 7 is 20. 20 plus 6 is 26. 26 plus 4 is 30. So we put down our 0 and we carry our 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. 10 plus 3 is 13. And 13 plus 2 is 15. So I came up with an answer of 150 square centimeters. So I'm going to write that down. You write it down in your book as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and move to the next page. The box, we unfolded it, we ended up with that. You can use a net to find the surface area of some three-dimensional figures. The surface area is the sum of areas of the faces of the figure. Let's underline that. If we ever have a definition, that's one we might need to know. Surface area is the sum of the areas of the faces of the figure. So it's the sum of all of these areas. All right, you can draw nets for other three-dimensional figures. The triangular prism below shows two parallel triangular faces that are the same size and shape, called bases. So when we've got this triangular prism, we've got two parallel triangular faces. What are they called? Bases. I thought that's what I heard you say. Okay, and then we have three rectangular faces. So these are the bases. The sides are the faces. Okay, the rectangular faces can be different sizes. Okay, now we're going to look at a pyramid. A pyramid is a three-dimensional figure whose base is a polygon and whose other faces are triangles. Underline that. A pyramid is a three-dimensional figure whose base is a polygon and whose other faces are triangles. The square pyramid shown below has a square base. Right there, you can see the square base, part in dark blue, and 4 triangular faces that have the same size and shape. So that kind of just gives you a description and gives you a basic understanding of the terms. We do have one reflect question, and it asks us to explain in your own words, how do you use a net to find the surface? How do we use one of these to find the surface area of a three-dimensional figure? Well, to find the area, what you need to do is find the area of each polygon, and then you add them together. All right, boys and girls, that was just a brief overview. I hope that all made sense to you and you feel like you have a basic understanding of nets and surface area. Now I'd like you to go to your PPS book, and you will be doing, I think it's page 267 and 268 by 6th grade.